I've spent nearly 1,200 hours playing a video game called Steep, and whether you think that's disgusting or you don't care, the reason I was able to do that was because it was one of the most satisfying video games I've ever played in my life. The game's physics were fluid, they were viscous, the controls made sense, aesthetically this title was gorgeous. But what made Steep especially fantastic was the high degree of flexibility your character was given. If you wanted to slash a 90 butter before popping off the lip of the jump, you could do so. You could tweak your grabs forwards and behind you. You could hit nearly any axis you want, whether that being a rodeo, a flat spin, a cork, an underflip, and you could hit nearly any degree of rotation you wanted to go for. But the same can't be said for Riders Republic from a challenge perspective, from an event and objective basis. The game's fantastic. There's so much to do, so much to accomplish. But your character's given very little flexibility when executing tricks. You're locked into doing double cork 1080s, even though you might want to do a double cork 1260. But there's a silver lining. I have fallen in love with this game yet again. After I lapped Family Feud for 1,000 times trying to get new slopestyle bikes, I started to figure out a way to give my tummy that same type of satisfaction I felt playing Steep. Style's really subjective, so I don't know if it's going to churn your stomach in the same way it churns mine, but this is kind of the play style that has made me fall in love with the game yet again. So right there, 360 toboggan to a bar spin, but the key thing there is I held that toboggan, I stalled it at 90, and then unraveled that last 270. And just that moment of patience at the 90-degree rotation of gripping the saddle, like, dude, I'm not even kidding. It, for some reason, makes the trick so much more satisfying than just setting a mellow 360 toboggan the bar spin. Now this type of playstyle looks so good with off-axis rotations. There's a casual double downside whip to a bar spin, and then you can see I mirror it in the opposite direction. But this casual looks extra spicy and feels way better because I stall the rotation at 180 degrees to do that double downside tail whip, but once I catch my bike, I continue the rotation and unravel that last 540 to make it a full cash roll, and then, yeah, same thing to the right side. And then the star of the show. This trick has made me feel better than my last 3 wedding days. Cash roll, no for the can to a late tail whip. Call me a nerd, rubber ducky, but stalling at 90 to pop the no for the can, then unraveling that last 630 tail whip before it's too late feels better than any other experience I've had so far on this planet. This quote-unquote stall technique, even though it's just a really subtle difference, it's made my gameplay a lot more difficult and a lot more satisfying. I was telling stream today, if you gave me Family Feud and that was the only challenge or the only part of Riders Republic, I'd still drop down and give you $80 for it, because it is now replicating that same sort of virtual satisfaction that, again, Steep was given to me and still continues to give to me. This is a very odd video, man. There's just something about it. Give it a go. Give it a rumble.